Welcome to Lobster's list for December 8th, 2012. Number 1. Limit Theory is an open-world space game for PC with a procedurally generated universe. Fly a ship around the universe trading, fighting, building, and exploring. How the ships and the in-game camera move around has an interesting visual feel to it. Pre-ordering a copy can be done at the $20 tier. There have been a lot of opportunities for space game lovers on Kickstarter recently, with games that have been promising many of the same features. I questioned whether there was going to be enough backers left over to fund Limit Theory after campaigns like Star Citizen. Limit Theory's minimum goal and a stretch goal for Mac plus Linux support have already been reached. Number 2. Antharion from Orphix Software returns to Kickstarter. This turn-based RPG has you control a party of 4 in an open-world fantasy setting. Its previous campaign raised $13,810 towards a $15,000 goal and was covered in the October 22nd episode of this series. At the time of this recording, it has already passed its new $10,000 goal. You can pre-order for PC or Mac at the $15 tier. I was surprised that the first campaign didn't succeed despite being so close. Campaigns in that type of situation of being 90% funded usually get a final push to reach the goal from social media, backers managing their pledge amounts, and people browsing the ending soon category. Then again, there's the example that Alpha Colony missed its minimum goal by $28. Number 3. Pixel Boy is a mobile puzzle platformer with a relatively low goal of just £1,500. Various blocks have different properties, such as disappearing when touched, moving horizontally, moving vertically, or being toggled in and out of the world. By pledging £2, you can pre-order a copy for iOS. It feels like there were a lot of puzzle platformers this year on Kickstarter. The art style is the main thing that attracted me to this project, especially the thumbnail image. I really like the distorted look of some of the characters that reminds me of fragments of QR codes. Number 4. Project GODUS from 22 Cans is trying to crowdfund a new entrant in the god game genre. Well-known video game designer Peter Molyneux is involved. He helped form the genre with the game Populous back in 1989. It is being developed for PC, iOS, and Android. A pre-order for the game and access to a forum for backers is at the £15 tier. While researching this project, I was actually becoming more interested in reading about the experimental game Curiosity, What's Inside the Cube, that 22 Cans released for mobile devices recently. Now on to honorable mentions. Pathfinder Online is a sandbox MMORPG set in the Pathfinder RPG world. This footage is from a technology demo that was able to be made thanks to the previous Kickstarter campaign that was 650% funded back in June 2012. The developers have returned asking for $1 million to continue their progress creating the game. A copy of the game for PC is at the $35 tier, which includes some backer perks like in-game consumables, 1 month of subscription after launch, and a special icon on the message boards. While many MMOs that come to Kickstarter are unrealistic in vision, reading about this one shows a team with real industry experience and a realistic plan that spans multiple years. Project Epica Rex is an isometric survival RPG with multiplayer support for up to 64 players per server. The $10 tier included a download of the game for PC. This project was cancelled before I was able to talk about it, but I still kept it on this list. The project creator has decided to try a campaign on Indiegogo instead. Below, from Fail Better Games, is a free-to-play digital RPG card game for web browsers, where players take control of a person who risks exploring a world beneath the surface. Cards are used to tell pieces of the story. One card deck is for the memories for the story of a character's life, while another deck is for the events that happen in the dungeons. A proof of concept prototype is linked to from the project page. The £8 tier includes access to a dungeon that will eventually cost £10. This project's creators worked on Tales of Fallen London, The Silver Tree, which was a successfully kickstarted game before this. RunicRampage is an action game being developed using Unity with a minimum goal of £7,000. Realms are divided into short levels, and there is a procedural map generator assembling levels using modular terrain. A copy for iOS or Android is at the £3 tier, and a copy for PC, Mac, or Linux is at the £5 tier. Those tiers include beta access and your name in the credits. Meriwether, an American epic, is an RPG about the transcontinental expedition of Lewis and Clark from the perspective of Meriwether Lewis. Manage resources, maintain party morale, and hunt animals while exploring along a procedurally generated river. The $19 pledge tier has a pre-order for PC, Mac, or Linux. The idea of a RPG for Lewis and Clark is an interesting one. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helps those projects.